or whatever the Soul Cal announcer says. The Soul Cal announcer goes so hard. Like, yeah, sure, can't escape from crossing fate, blah, blah, rebel, blah, blah, action. That's all fine and well, but have you considered the curtain rises on the stage of destiny? It actually goes the hardest ever. And Potemkin immediately deciding he wants to bully A.B.A, which is, if you ask me, misogynistic, let's be honest. Potemkin, what the fuck? I am canceling Potemkin over this. Unfortunately, Hammerfall is in fact not safe and very punishable. So A.B.A does get to put herself in Jealous Rage and start doing her shit. Got about half of Potemkin's health off there, but did run out of rage, which could be precarious. Potemkin doesn't quite have the resources in neutral that he needs to bully non-Jealous Rage A.B.A though, and Oon choosing to get some chip here and extend her pressure. I think probably going for the corner carry as well. I mean, obviously it worked out. Did she get smacked on the start again? No. Mangocopter maybe expecting the smackage to not work this time. Just gets hit with a key for his trouble. And Oon is not falling for that backdash shenanigan again. No. She is picking offensive options that are safe against backdash, that OS it. And she's managing her rage gauge well. And this is hard to deal with. It's just hard to deal with. Particularly for Potemkin. This will be a lot of damage and the rage meter is going to be gone by the time she stands up. But it's still, that was good. Using the, surely that's not her 6P, to contest sort of the butt slam. To not get put into block stun because you clash with it and then you cancel and stuff like that. Right, if Oon can manage her rage gauge well here, Potemkin, you know, doesn't really have the mastery of neutral to bully her and keep her from being able to start running her offense. If she can just get a healthy amount of butter and then cook with it, this could be very difficult. Just structurally, that could be very difficult for Potemkin to deal with. She does take the first game, but almost a perfect on that round for Mangocopter. A very commanding round there. Perhaps finding a way to start bullying A.B.A, even though I said he shouldn't be able to, much in the same way that bees fly. And Oon maybe being a little too eager to pop the rage gauge there. It did get her in and force the burst to get her back out. So I guess if you're comfortable running up, getting some pressure, maybe a bit of damage with your rage meter, and then just pressuring Potemkin without rage meter, then definitely not too early. But if you're really trying to maximize the payoff you get from each morsel of rage meter, I think probably that was not what Oon meant to throw out there. Then maybe too early, because you don't necessarily want to spend it on moving in that circumstance. Mango did not quit strafe. Mango has not quit strafe. Mango's been a bit more on the Street Fighter grind as far as I'm aware, but he did not quit strafe. You can't backdash the key. You are not allowed to backdash the key. Look at how big the key is. You can't backdash that shit. It'll find you. It'll come to you. And the key grab, now we're just a little bit too far for that key grab to work. But the use of the key grab presenting a very potent threat anyway. Forcing Oon to use her burst there bleeds her of some of that rage meter and stops her from breaking the wall in the way that she would like to. She does win the scramble after that and managed to break the wall. My God, he had $100. I'll let him know. Do this. He had $100. Oon thought, sick. I dodged the HPB. Now I'm gonna jump over there and get a sick combo on him, and then he threw another bill on the table and said, "No, I have $50 more." Excuse you, that was only half my money. And that heavily token buster actually did a lot here. Having that second Potemkin Buster, heavily Potemkin Buster, might have won Mango that round. Might have stolen that round for him. Gotta find. I do think she does have to find. Ooh, just too far out for the Dawn's Eye. I do think she's got to find a little bit more on these pressure sequences when she's using Jealous Rage. Potemkin's got. Ooh. See, you can still shimmy Kimmel. You don't got to be Kyle Keys to shimmy Kimmel. You can shimmy Kimmel better as A.B.A when you're in Jealous Rage because of that movement speed, the movement speed. Yeah, sure, you can jump out of that, but like, you can't punish A.B.A. It is rough having that second hit not connect. Gigantic Kai, this is going to be a huge combo. And this is kind of what I mean when I say that Un needs a lot off of every hit of Jealous Rage. Pot has a lot of health. Pot has does a lot of damage. And if you don't want to get risk rewarded by him as A.B.A, you need to spend your Jealous Rage damaging him. You know? That's 2-1 Mangocopter. Mangocopter determined. Mangocopter wants it. Mangocopter refusing to let Un simply reign over the Columbus Guilty Gear scene. But Un did not forget how to shimmy. Will never forget how to shimmy, and with the speed she's got now, there's not very much a way to stop her. It's a hard knockdown with a almost full rage gauge, and Un coming back with a vengeance. That's a perfect. A near perfect is what kicked off the comeback thus far that we saw from Mangocopter. Those 2 consecutive games that he won. He's falling for it. At the same point, so what I'm complaining about here is not that Mangocopter falls for the shimmy, because the shimmy is a trick, right? The point is that even a very good person trying very hard not to fall for it could fall for it. He fell for it 2 or 3 times in a row at the exact same number of shimmies, which at that point is making it a little bit too easy on Un. Because then, if what you're going to do on defense isn't ambiguous, it's too easy to punish you, right? Un managing to build the meter to buy a little bit more pressure for herself, and loving this shimmy tech. But Mango has learned to play around a little bit more. He used the PRC into Pot Buster a lot in their first set. But that also means that Un knows to look out for it. So she's not going to let it hit her anywhere near as easily. And unlike if you PRC into, like a safe normal, PRC into Pot Buster, if she jumps that, you're eating a combo. So while, yeah, PRC Pot Buster can be a good way to close out a round if you're Pot, that's only if it works. And if there's even a chance it doesn't work. Alright, so Mango has decided to counter the shimmy by just playing patient, not hitting a button. Good text on Mango's part, he has good text. I think that means that Un probably should adapt. Oof. Okay, but she does get kind of a dirty reset. The key grab misses, but she does kind of a dirty reset. That might mean that Un will want to adapt by starting to play a little bit more aggressively here. We do see instead of going for a shimmy there, she just goes for a throw right away. Mango's still ready for it though. And this is reset point for Un. If she's able to take this round, I'm knocking on wood so I don't commentator's curse. Because I'm tired of commentator's curse. Why'd she get meter back somehow? I don't fully understand how Jealous Rage works. If A.B.A voluntarily goes out of it, she uses her special move to go out of Jealous Rage, it refills some of it. And then if she uses this super, if she's in Jealous Rage, it cashes out her remaining rage and does a shit ton of damage. Dominant round by Un, by the way, a perfect in fact. And then also, when she's not in Jealous Rage, Key Grab, of course, gives a lot of Jealous Rage and goes into it. So she has a number of ways of refunding her own meter. And Un is very good about working them into her. That's Hollow Heart, by the way. Un Hollow Heart. She's very good about working that into her, not mapping, not charting, routing. Finding her opportunities to do that whenever there's a pause. Seems messed up. She definitely puts forward a very good case that A.B.A is a very strong character. It's a good thing I muted that headset because I just kicked it. She does put forward a very good case that A.B.A is a really strong character. She is good at managing her rage meter. She is good at playing around her disadvantage when she's not in range, and she's quite good. She's, in my opinion, been a fairly aggressive player traditionally, so she's very good at taking advantage of the very powerful offense Jealous Rage does give her. And here, if you can be safe, even on block, and just go for, you know, the key grab, I have no idea how that worked. I'm not going to lie. I think she just forward dashed through a pot buster. I don't know what happened, but it worked out for her. Now, it does look like the key grab's not backdash safe. Un has been good about using backdash safe options with A.B.A in this set. And she's been really good about using that movement speed to just shimmy the hell out of Potemkin. We can see there were a couple times when she was playing Kai where Mango would kind of throw her out of the shimmy, but she's moving, I think, just moving so fast when she's doing it now that he doesn't feel like he could do that, and she's able to just force him to kind of keep guessing. Am I just going to come up a little bit more and throw you? Am I going to hit you, or am I going to backdash? And cycling that guess so many times. And so far, I think he's only been caught out by pressing a button so far, but he still kind of has to press a button at some point. Eventually the slide head works. However, Un, the artist formerly known as Un, did get Jealous Rage in exchange for it, shifting out of Jealous Rage here, I think wanting to break the wall while not in it, wanting to just preserve it so that when things reset, she'll be in Jealous Rage, deciding that having her opponent knocked down in the corner is enough advantage as it is, and it looks like she was right. And that's one of the artist formerly known as Un's big strengths, I think, with this character, is that she's very smart about working with the amount of Jealous Rage meter she has. We saw her get burned a little bit when she was going up against Mooney by running out of it, but in general, she has an arsenal of ways to refund her meter, to gain more meter, to make sure she stays, you know, where she has enough Jealous Rage meter to be a threat, to threaten to go into rage mode and just rip you apart. Right, and that is a big key of this character. Runs out of rage meter here, so she employs the parry. What the fuck? Okay, so I think Mango RC'd, pressed probably Mega Fist to get upward momentum, RC'd it to drift up, then saw that Un was jumping, didn't expect that, thought he was in disadvantage and RC'd again. But Un wasn't really pressing him so much as she was just jumping. So nothing at all happened. That's game number 1, going to Un. Oop indeed.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Mango doing a good job of challenging space here, but Un got what she needed, it looks like, from that initial interaction, and just, if her kick hadn't whiffed, would have wall breaked, but a really good call out on that burst. Hard predicting the burst, smashing Potemkin through the wall. Doesn't need a hard knockdown for it to be a hard knockdown. Well, not when she's in Jealous Rage, and now Potemkin has a Sliver and a Dream. Sliver and a Dream is a rough place to be as a grappler, but those arms can fill up that entire screen space. Wallace. Oh, heart. Visibly relieved there. at the end of that round. Stressful round, to be sure. Has enough rage gauge to pop rage and just run in. Doesn't need to spend that much time running. And is able to, I mean, that's Potemkin health. Where there is no beginning and no end. This is true. And that's Potemkin health. That was 2, wasn't it? Both players seem to have decided that was 3. But according to the stream overlay, it was 2. So... what are you standing up for? Oh, okay.